Good afternoon, everyone. Our ceremony will begin shortly. Please take your seats. Welcome, and thank you for joining us for the National Day of Mourning. I extend a sincere welcome to everyone gathered here today at the Workers' Memorial and to those joining us virtually. My name is Winnie Ho. I'm the Vice President of the Yukon Federation of Labour, and I will be your MC for today's ceremony. The ceremony is made possible through the contributions of many partners, organizations, and individuals. On behalf of the Yukon Federation of Labour and the workers we represent, thank you. Today, we recognize workers who have been injured, made ill, or lost their lives because of their work. And we reflect on the responsibility we all share to prevent that harm. For many of us, this is not distance. It is part of our workplaces, our communities, and our daily lives. Across the country, including here in Whitehorse, flags are lowered to half-mast as we join others in observing this day, a visible reminder of both loss and responsibility. This year also marks the 10th anniversary of the Yukon Workers' Memorial, a space created for remembrance and for reflection on the work that continues. We also recognize that this day may be difficult for some. Support is available on site, including first aid and mental health support. The first aid booth is right next to the tent, and we also thank Graham Wright from the Canadian Mental Health Association for being here today, and St. John's Ambulance for providing the first aid support. We acknowledge that we are gathered here today on the traditional territories of the Kwanlundan First Nation and the Ta'an Kwachan Council. Opening our ceremony are the representatives of Kwanlundan First Nation. I invite Elder Ann Smith to offer the opening prayer.
I pray to our grandfathers, grandmothers. I pray to the Creator, Great Spirit. I pray to the four sacred direction so that our prayers will be heard as we stand here together to share this moment. I pray, Great Spirit, for all the people that had put themselves in front of us. I pray for the ones that have fallen, that has gotten hurt or died. I pray for the blessing of each and every one of them so they will find their way. I pray, Creator, for their families and their loved ones when they are in mourning, in grief, that they are not alone, that we are here in spirit with them, and also they are with our prayers. We ask you to look after them, look after their families. I pray, Creator, for all the ones that are going through a hard time today. We ask you to be beside them, to help them through the hard times. I pray, Creator, for this day that we are thankful for and that we are grateful for. I pray, Creator, so that our children will learn how to look after each other in a good way, to help each other in a good way, because we are doing our best as workers to help one another. To help each other, it's very difficult to go through healing. It's very difficult. That's why we need to open up our hearts and also our minds so that we can help each other in a good way. Again, I say thank you, Creator, for giving us what we need today. Thank you, grandfather and grandmother, our ancestors. I thank you from the four sacred directions for helping us today as we stand here and we do our best to help each other. We need to do more to be aware, to open our eyes, ears, our way of talking to each other, a way of caring for each other, so that we don't make the same mistakes. We do the best that we can in this day and age. I thank you, Great Spirit, for everything that you have given to all of us. For our lives today, we are here with each other. Let's help each other in a good way. I thank you, Great Spirit. I thank you, Grandfather. I thank you, Grandmother. Kunishjis Masicho Shonithan.
Thank you, Elder Ann Smith. I now invite Chief Sean Smith of Kwandon First Nation to provide opening prayers and land acknowledgement.
Zenu Shokathan, Kanishchish, Niga Shonithan, Ntlasha Jao, Dajrao, Tagachu, Gada, Dathi, Kanzanu. Thank you, everybody, for gathering here on the shores of Tagasho, the Great River, or in English, Yukon River. Ayinji Uyinisichi Uye, Kuchanke Shan Uye, Kwanandan Nathe de each e shun, Aguna each e, Kwanan Kuchan each e. So I shared in the Sundashoni language. My traditional name is Uyinisichia. My English name is Sean, and I'm of the Wolf Clan, and I'm the chief of Kwandon First Nation, as well as I'm from this beautiful place that we call home. And it's really an honor to be here, and thank you, Ganeshish Mum, for sharing the prayer. It means a lot to recognize, you know, those workers, those employees, those friends, those colleagues, those family members, just recognizing that people from different employee backgrounds and connections had families, had lives of their own, were individuals of their own, and they're lost in accidents. And this special day of mourning, recognizing them, acknowledging them, as well as those important things to ensure that what we're doing is we're improving the systems that we have, different levels of employees working at the federal, territorial, or within our different self-governed First Nations, as well as the city of Whitehorse. And I recognize thank the delegations, the representatives of the Yukon government, as well as the city of Whitehorse, as well as the commissioner as well. Those important pieces as we work to champion and to recognize how important this is to address and to ensure that what we're doing is we're leaving things in a better place as we move forward. Important reminders for me as well, especially with our employees, we wouldn't have things come together as well as they have without our employees. And it's those employees that invest their time and their efforts, their different things as they grow and as they do this work for us. And so I just appreciate everyone being here and welcoming you to our traditional territory we share with Ton Quachin. Chief Massey is away right now, and so recognizing that, and just introducing and welcoming everybody to our shared traditional territory between the two First Nations. And again, it's an honor to be here, and appreciate everyone showing up and acknowledging those lost in this day of mourning. So, Kudishtish, Shonithan.
Thank you, Chief Sean Smith. We now move to our tribute. Born and raised in Yukon and dedicated to defending the interests of Yukoners, we are proud to have Yukon Commissioner Adeline Weber, a member of the Teslin Tlingit Nation, present a tribute to fallen workers.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to each and every one of you who have come to join us today. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional territory of the Kwandun First Nation and the Ta'an Quechin Council. They have been thoughtful stewards of these lands since time immemorial, and I will continue to do my part to ensure that these lands are protected for future generations of Yukoners and all Canadians. On this National Day of Mourning, we gather to pay tribute to workers in the Yukon and throughout Canada who have lost their lives, suffered injuries, or fallen ill due to work-related incidents. Today, we take a moment to acknowledge and honor those from all of these sectors who have risked their health and their safety to serve others over the past few years. This past year, we unfortunately lost 4 individuals who lost their lives while they were at work in the Yukon. Today, we send our condolences to all the families, and by being here, we acknowledge to the families that we will always remember them. As we observe this National Day of Mourning, let us collectively recommit ourselves to enhancing the health and safety in the workplace, aiming to prevent further injuries, illnesses, or fatalities. Thank you for inviting me. It's always really important to be here on this day, and I appreciate the invitation. Kunchish.
Thank you, Commissioner Weber, for your years of service and your heart for Yukon workers. I now invite Everett Ledoux, President of the Yukon Federation of Labor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is a day of mourning. For some, it is a day of reflection, and for others, it's deeply personal. It brings forward loss and the absence of someone who should be still here. To those living with that loss, we stand with you today. This is just a reminder, if at any point today feels heavy, support is here. We have Councillor Graham Wright from the Canadian Mental Health Association of Yukon, right there. And you can also reach out at any time by calling Yukon 211. Today, we remember in 2025, 4 workers in Yukon did not come home. 4 lives cut short, 4 families forever changed. And over the past 10 years, 24 workers have been lost. That is 24 empty chairs, 24 voices not longer heard, 24 people who should still be here. Today also marks 10 years since the Yukon Workers Memorial was first dedicated. This was made possible through many partnerships, especially the Workers' Safety and Compensation Board, and the former Yukon Federation of Labor President, Vicky Kwok's sister. Vicky, your work continues to shape and guide us as we move forward. For 10 years, this memorial has been a place to remember and reminder of why this matters. Because these losses can be prevented. At the end of the day, even one worker lost is one too many. We are all responsible to do better. Employers, government, community, and workers, each of us. To speak up, to look out for one another, to choose safety even when it takes extra time. Because behind every decision is a life, and every worker deserves to come home safe. Thank you so much for attending today.
Thank you, Everett. What we have heard reminds us why this work matters. The Yukon Workers Memorial before us was unveiled in 2016 and marks its 10th year today. Its design reflects the Day of Mourning symbol of a lit candle and 5 pillars representing workers, employers, governance, communities, and healthcare. Today, each of these is represented through the individuals who will now come forward to make a commitment. As your name is called, please come forward, offer your pledge, receive a candle, and remain on stage. Representing governance, the Honorable Laura Lang, Minister responsible for the Yukon Workers' Safety and Compensation Board. And the Honorable Kate White, leader of the Yukon NDP official opposition.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for having me here this afternoon. This is my first participation in this event as the Minister responsible for the Workers' Safety and Compensation Board. So I would just like to take a few minutes to say a few words, and then we'll move into the pledge. Each day, Yukoners wake up, move through their morning routines, and as they prepare to attend their place of work, they think about the day that will unfold. Each day, Yukoners consider what work and task events lay ahead of them, scheduling various appointments, children's activities, and community events. Each day, Yukoners conduct their day expecting they will complete this day and move on to the next. They expect to return home safely. Unfortunately, this is not always how a day unfolds, and instead, some Yukoners become injured or ill because of their work. Last year, of the 629 workers who were injured on the job, 377 were serious enough to have lost time from their work. Last year, 4 Yukoners woke up and did not return home. 4 Yukon families, friendship circles, and our territory continues to feel and experience the ripples of their passing. No one should lose their life from doing their job. All Yukoners should make it home at the end of the day. We mourn for these workers, and my deepest condolences go out to families, friends, and colleagues of these workers. So today we stand together to look back, pay our respects, and reflect on the experience of each of these Yukoners and their families, friends, and communities. Today we also stand united in renewing our commitment to safety. This commitment underscores the importance of strong, consistent protections in our territory and for workers across jurisdictions, because everyone has the right to a healthy and safe work environment. On behalf of the Government of Yukon, I, Laura Lang, Minister of Justice and the Attorney General, Minister responsible for the French Language Services Directorate, Minister responsible for the Women and Gender Equity Directorate, and most importantly today, Minister responsible for the Workers' Safety and Compensation Board, commit to making workplaces safe. On this day of mourning, I will carry this responsibility with me, as no job will ever be worth the life of a loved one. Thank you for having me.
The Day of Mourning is more than just a ceremony or a pledge. It's about supporting people and families living with loss they could never have anticipated. I stand here today on the 20th anniversary of the passing of my friend Jean-François, almost to the minute. This ceremony is always difficult, but today it's particularly hard. So we honor those whose lives have been dramatically altered, those whose lives were lost, and those who are left behind to do the remembering. Today, as a community, we come together to recommit to nurturing a culture of safety. A day where not only do we pledge to look out for each other, but where we take the concrete steps to keep each other safe. So I sit here and I recognize and I honor the loss in the crowd. On behalf of Governance, I, Kate White, leader of the Yukon NDP, commit to making workplaces safe.
Representing workers, Lisa Volens-Ledoux, Vice President of the Yukon Employees Union, and Kara Brown and Tracy Dupont, representatives of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 1574.
Thank you. The focus this year that we were presented with was psychological health and safety is occupational health and safety. Part 1A, the very first noted purpose of the Workers' Safety and Compensation Act reads, to promote and maintain the physical and psychological health and safety of workers. Work should not exacerbate the stress that people are already experiencing. The legislation tells us it intends for work to be safe, that this is the purpose of the law. We honor those who have lost their lives in pursuit of securing psychological safety in unsafe workplaces. We see those of you out there insisting employers take responsibility and be accountable. On behalf of Yukon Employees Union, I, Lisa Volens-Ledoux, Vice President of YEU, commit to making workplaces safe. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Tracy DuPont. I'm the business manager for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 1574. We represent the bargaining unit of Northwest Tel, and I brought the Occupational Health and Safety Advisor from Northwest Tel, one of our members. And on behalf of our two groups, we commit to making workplaces safe.
Representing employers, Andre Sampson, Executive Director of Whitehorse Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, everyone, for being here this afternoon, and it is an honor to be invited to this important day. And on behalf of the Whitehorse Chamber of Commerce and the business community, my name is Andre Sampson, Executive Director. I commit to making the workplace safe. Thank you.
Representing communities, we have Kelsey Hazard, Executive Director of the Association of Yukon Communities, and Kirk Cameron, Mayor of the City of Whitehorse.
On behalf of the Association of Yukon Communities and the communities we represent, we stand together today in remembrance. We honor the lives of those who have been lost, and we recognize the families, friends, and co-workers who continue to carry that loss with them. Their absence is deeply felt in our workplaces and in our communities. We acknowledge the responsibility we all share to foster safe, healthy environments where every worker is valued and protected and where everyone returns home at the end of the day. Today, we remember and we renew our commitment to making our communities safer for all. On behalf of the Association of Yukon Communities, I, Kelsey Hazard, Executive Director, commit to making workplaces safe.
It's an honor to be here from the second time as the Mayor of the City of Whitehorse. Today marks the National Day of Mourning, a day when we remember workers who have died on the job or who have become sick or injured in the workplace. It's a somber reminder of just how important it is to make health and safety a top priority in our workplaces. Each day, Yukoners and Whitehorse residents get up and they go to work, providing for themselves and their families, contributing to and adding to the quality of life in their community. A safe environment is something every worker should be entitled to. It's important to look out for each other and ensure we build a culture around health and safety. Today, we renew the commitment we've made to protect workers and prevent workplace tragedies. At the City of Whitehorse, we remain committed to providing a safe and healthy workplace for all of our employees. We want employees to make health and safety an important part of the workday by watching for hazards and having ongoing discussions about health and safety matters with their co-workers and supervisors. With a focus on health and safety, we can work towards ensuring everyone who shows up for their shift returns home at the end of that day. Thank you to the Yukon Federation of Labor for once again hosting this important event, which takes place on the traditional territories of the Kwanlin Dun First Nation and the Ta'onquachin Council. Thank you, merci, shonithan, gunoshish. And on behalf of the City of Whitehorse, I, Kirk Cameron, Mayor, commit to making workplaces safe.
Representing healthcare, Jude Erimioke from the Government of Yukon Health and Social Services, also a member of Yukon Employees Union and the Public Service Alliance of Canada. And we also have Kate MacArthur from Yukon Hospitals Corporation, member of the Professional Institute of Canada.
Good morning, all. My name is Jude Eremiankele. I work as a nurse with Health and Social Services, and also I'm a member of the executive team of the Yukon Employees Union. I stand here representing healthcare workers, medical and health professionals on this National Day of Mourning. The National Day of Mourning is not just observed by labor alone, but also by people who have subjected the working class to dangers that oftentimes lead to people losing their limbs or their life. On this day, we remember those who have lost their lives and also those who have lost part of their body just due to unsafe workplaces. The sacrifices of these people give us the fuel to continue to fight against workplaces and working situations that oftentimes give people the inconvenience of working under very unsafe conditions. To this end, I stand here to say that their sacrifices have endeared us to fight for safer workplaces, stronger protection, justice, fairness, and equity, and a future where no worker's well-being is ever treated as expendable. With this in mind, on behalf of the groups that I represent, I commit to making workplaces safe. Thank you. Go on, Chiefs.
Hello. In healthcare, we care for others, but we also face risks every day. From violence and injury to burnout and fatigue, the dangers are real and constant. Safety cannot be an afterthought. It must be a commitment we make to one another through our actions, our policies, and our willingness to speak up when something isn't right. On behalf of the Yukon Hospital Corporation Group, under the Professional Institute of the Public Service of Canada, I, Kate MacArthur, PIP's YHC Group President, commit to making workplaces safe. Thank you.
The final candle represents workers we have lost. I invite Commissioner Weber to receive it. If you are able, I invite you to stand. Please join us in 1 minute of silence as our honor guard moves to the memorial site. Following this, we invite you to join the procession to the Workers' Memorial led by the Rising Sun Singers. You may take a flower and place it at the memorial or keep it with you. We ask that you move forward quietly and respectfully, allowing space for reflection. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for coming today. We are officially closing this ceremony. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming today. We are officially closing this ceremony. Please feel free to stay if you want.